In this video, you're going to learn from the best of the best when it comes to maximizing every bit of profit from every customer you have. Rob Hendricks is a legend in the marketing business, and he's here to share his hacks with you today. Hey everybody, and welcome to 10-minute hacks from the best marketing minds. I've got a pretty amazing gentleman. He's kind of humble. His name is Rob Hendricks, and he's the co-founder of Smash Factory, branding architect, Full Bucket Nutrition. He is a pretty badass entrepreneur and marketer, but he probably won't tell you that. How are you, Rob?
I'm awesome.
Yeah, see, I told you, you are awesome.
No, I mean, I feel good. I feel good.
Rob, we're going to dive right in. Most entrepreneurs have a hard luck story, something that pushes them to greatness. What's yours?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a hard luck story. I've had a lot of hard luck along the way. My entrepreneurial journey is basically driven by the fact that I'm unemployable. That's as simple as it gets. I have worked for some companies before, and in between entrepreneur gigs, I've done consulting work for private equity companies. And my habit is to fuck shit up. I always go in, no matter whatever situation it is, and I always got to try to fix stuff. So there's a lot of corporations out there that they don't want you to fix anything. They just want you to pull the dial and punch the button.
So how do you deal with that in your marriage?
It's an ongoing thing. Trust me. My wife tells me all the time, she goes, I wish you could can't you just leave shit alone? And I'm like, it's not my nature.
How did you make your first dollars online?
Let's see. So that's a loaded question. My first money that I made because of the internet was in 1995. I had an ad agency, and we had landed the Sony Electronics account, and we built their first website. And so that was my first foray into the internet world. Now at that time, nobody still knew how to make money online. And then I sold the agency and kept the digital arm, launched another brand with it. And one of my clients, I shouldn't say he was one of my clients, but a guy named Michael Lovich came walking into my office one day and wanted to hire us. We were doing a lot of Google AdWords management at that time, and he wanted to hire us to help him with his hypnosis network company. And we became fast friends immediately. And he started hauling me down to Austin to the internet marketing party that him and Dave Gonzalez had started. And that was the first time I was exposed to actually, information products and more e-commerce stuff and those kind of things. I'd made money, managing people's Google AdWords programs, but I hadn't actually sold anything online myself. And so that was in 2008. And so that's when I first got exposed to it. And I'd launched a couple of just for fun because I can't leave shit alone. So during that time, I was still running the web buzzer, we called it, was our company managing Google and developing websites. And on the side, I launched different quizzes. At that time, that was a big deal. You'd launch a quiz. It'd just drive people to a quiz, and they would take the quiz, and you basically build a list from the quiz, and you give out prizes. And so I built a couple of those for fun. It wasn't long-term business building, but it was the first time I'd ever actually leveraged the internet to make some money. And I built a list, and we promoted to the list, and I sold ads through it as well as did some affiliate stuff.
Nice. So what about today? What's your favorite method? What's your favorite platform for driving traffic leads for your clients or your businesses that you're working on now?
Well, so I'm very, very niche specific. What I mean by that is that I let the audience tell me what channel that they want to reflect on best. And So I like to use a mix. I'll start whenever I take on a new project or we have a business. I'll look at every channel. I won't just look at internet, even though internet is an incredible tool and growing rapidly. There's still some nuances to it that, depending on the audience, you can or cannot really achieve your goals through just the internet. You may have to jump over to other media. And I think a lot of the other media is overlooked by the internet marketing crowd. I think they'd find a lot of success if they, they got an audience, send them a postcard once in a while. That's an amazing, communication tool that's not used as much as it used to be. But, specifically online, again, it's specific to the audience. I've got, for our animal healthcare company, the traffic that we generate from, social media and AdWords programs really don't, we have a hard time converting that traffic. Our tool of choice there, which has been working great, is affiliate programs. We sell horse, dog, and cat products for digestive issues, mostly diarrhea. I'm pretty used to talking about diarrhea, so we use the word diarrhea 1,000 times a day at full bucket. And we launched an affiliate program with our veterinarians. So the veterinarians, typically the process is they buy through distribution. That's their old model, and they buy from one distributor and they get all their 40,000 products from that one distributor. So we came in and showed them that they could make more profit if they just let us handle all that. So they recommend their clients to our website. They have their own landing page. And when a client buys through that, they get the commission off of it.
Right.
And that's been our number one. It's a 100% conversion. I mean, if your veterinarian sends you to a website to buy a product for your dog, you're going to do it.
Right.
So they come in, they get on board, and then after they're on board, we have an amazing customer experience program that builds that audience, builds our brand loyalty, puts them on subscription services, things like that. So for that business, affiliates is the number one. I have a company called Smash Factory, and we help inventors develop their product ideas from concept all the way through, the entire business model to market. And my biggest lead generation off of that is probably just kind of old school SEO practices, writing articles, getting them up on the blog and promoting those out. I've pushed some traffic, a little bit of traffic using, Facebook ads, things like that, and get a lot of inquiries, but not a lot of conversion. But the articles seem to bring a lot of people who've been searching for, an ethical company that wants to help them with their idea.
Right. More qualified leads. They're coming to you.
Yep.
That's incredibly important not to overlook. So many people just go right to the ads and they don't understand how important it is to have a great product, to communicate authentically, and to actually attract their ideal customer.
Yeah.
If it all came unraveling tomorrow, and I'm not wishing ill on you, if you had nothing, your business is just, what do you do tomorrow? How do you get back on your feet? What's your next move?
If it all came crashing down tomorrow, I would definitely, pick up the consulting again. I'd call them the old private equity companies I used to do stuff for. They always reach out to me from time to time, see if I've got any time. So I'd use that to fill the holes. But then I have so many business ideas in queue that I just pick up the next one and get it going. My wife and just a lot of friends have taught me to, actually put them in queue. You can do everything. A mentor told me you can do everything you want. You just can't do it all at once. Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, I need to write that down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the number one marketing hack that you use to defeat all others?
The number one marketing hack, I would say that when I do take on a consulting client, 99 times out of 100, I can extract more value out of their current customers than them spending money going and getting new customers. There are so many businesses out there who all they think about is the deal flow. All they think about is the incoming new business, and they completely poo-poo their current client base.
Is that a technical term?
Poo-poo is it. Ask my 9-year-old daughter. She uses it all the time. So they if they spend a little bit more time developing what I call a customer experience and figure out ways to integrate new products and new services into that mix. And, I just met with a company. I say you can tell when you're getting old. The other day, 4 years ago, back in January, I met with a
10 years ago in the 90s, right?
Right. And the other day I met with a publishing company. They Old School Magazine and an association. It was an association. And these guys, they brought me in. They wanted to know how to get new readers. They wanted to know how to get new people signed up to their association. I went in there, and of course I always have them pull all their numbers. I want to see their P&Ls from the last 3 years, and have them pull customer reports and things like that. They had 490,000 members in this association and over 1 million unique visitors to their website, 1.5 million Facebook followers.
Wow.
And 1 million Twitter followers. Their average income per let's just use their association numbers in particular, the 490,000. Their average income per association member was $27. And they wanted me to come in and figure out how to grow their association from 490,000 to 650,000. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm going to show you how to turn $27 into $45 and look at what would happen to your company. And they were like, oh my God. And so we created a couple of really simple, they're a publishing company, so they have evergreen content laying everywhere. They've been publishing since 1925. And a lot of the articles and a lot of the information that they had was evergreen. It's still valuable today, but it was published in 1945. And so went through their archives, pulled just certain niche pieces, created comprehensive ebooks, and started selling those ebooks, and they immediately jumped to $60 per user. So it was not about developing new leads. It was about taking a look at what you already have and really catering to it, really building a stronger audience instead of a bigger one.
God bless. That's amazing. Thank you so much for saying that. And I think that a lot of entrepreneurs, even if they're just getting started, even if you have, 300 friends on Facebook, I think that's part of the problem is people are always looking for new leads instead of creating value in their circles.
Exactly. And I think a lot of the high-end marketers do too. Their skill is probably in lead gen. And, the old saying, if you're a hammer, you look for nails. And we have a tendency to do that. We find out that we're really good at email. So we just completely turn everybody into email marketers, or Facebook ads. That's the big one right now. The Facebook ad secrets is everywhere. And I know it's a great device, but it's just a device, and you really have to take you're doing yourself injustice. And if you have clients, and you're doing them an injustice if you're not catering to your current audience and that base and developing a deeper rapport. I use the word rapport.
That's a very impressive word.
Point.
It's not quite as good as poo-poo, but it's definitely a good one. All right. So yeah, we talked that first of all, I just want to again point out how valuable what you just said is increasing the value of your current customers, or, finding the people in your circles who you can serve that you're not serving.
Right.
Tools change though, right? And so, Facebook is a tool, Google AdWords is a tool, all these things are changing. Things are coming at us fast moving into 2018. What tools are you going to be educating on yourself moving forward?
Well, we just kind of finalized our email drip program. We've been finding a lot of, it kind of goes back to that catering to your customers thing. We've been doing an email program for customers who purchase with us, but we've got more intense on that, and we'll continue to focus on that. Delivering content, delivering experience, those kind of things. There's an old school tool that I feel is way underused, and we're going to focus on it, and that's public relations. We have all the businesses I get involved with. One of the common denominators that I require is that it has a giving back program. So everything that I do has to have an element of giving back. And I don't mean cut a 2% check at the end of the year to, Goodwill or Red Cross or whoever. We, for Full Bucket, every single dose we sell, we give a dose to animals in need. And we manifest that program both domestically here in the United States, but also in third world countries. And we take, 14 veterinarians down 4 times a year to Guatemala and Nicaragua. And we work on horses and donkeys that help those communities sustain life. Well, that's a good story. And we don't tell it. We've been very shy about promoting that part of our business. We didn't want it to be seen as a marketing device. It was a very important thing for me and my 2 partners in Full Bucket, that it was part of our fabric. But now, we've been doing that since 2011. We've provided over, hundreds of thousands of tons of nutritional support to those communities, veterinary support, trimming feet, floating teeth, doing vaccinations. And we've sustained that, and we've grown it, every year. It's time to start telling that story. I mean, I really believe that I looked at it from I don't want to be, I'm bad at tooting my own horn in one aspect. So I didn't want it to be that, but now I've realized that we're kind of doing a disservice to a lot of people if they don't know that story. And
right.
Especially entrepreneurs, when they really dive in and they dissect what we're doing there, and they learn the sustainability of what we've created, it really inspires them. And since then, I've helped 5 other companies launch their business model as a giving back model. And it transcends every single industry niche, and it's a very effective tool for mostly creating brand loyalty, as well as the people who the employees that work in those brands are very loyal, but they're just ate up with it. They eat, sleep, and breathe our brand and our company because we have that program.
It's amazing.
And if other companies would adopt that practice, I think they'd find value in it. So we're going to start telling that story this year.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Excuse me. What's your favorite marketing app or piece of software that is a game changer for you?
Favorite marketing app? I don't know if I have a favorite marketing app. I have a couple of apps that I use to, in our operations that I love. I use Basecamp extensively to help me manage, outside vendors and keep track of the processes there. And so I'm a big fan of Basecamp. My 2 partners aren't a big fan of it, but they're more analytical than me. They like Smartsheet. So we run our internal projects on Smartsheet, and we run our external projects with vendors on Basecamp. I really like a lot of the analytical tools. I've always thought that analytics are a very, very important part of marketing. You have to know on the fly. And that's the beauty of the internet, and what it brought to the table was you can test ideas and make adjustments quickly, but you got to know the numbers, and you got to know what they mean, and you got to be able to read between the lines. What you see at face value is not always the reality. And the internet marketing world has really woken up to that power, now that they have these conversion specialists and data analytics specific companies, that's all they focus on is data management and understanding. And so I'd say that, as far as a marketing tool goes, I'd feel helpless without the analytics, without being able to get in and see what's going on in the back end quickly.
Right. And that's so freaking critical to operating any business. Marketing and everything else that you do that involves a transaction.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can, our old school advertising agency, man, if I could have had been able to, delve in and see what TV spots were doing, within 24 hours and make adjustments accordingly. Golly.
Oh man.
That'd have been insane.
Yeah. And it's all right there. It's all at our fingertips. YouTube, Facebook, all the tools just give you that just incredible up-to-date information.
I drive my wife nuts, and when we launch anything kind of new and we're testing something, I've got my phone. I'm like, and I'm not really a numbers guy. I'm on the creative side, but I can't help myself. I got to see what
conversions.
Is it resonating? Is it working? Where's the holes? And I just get ate up with it. So
yeah, I'm the same. And it's pretty addictive. Rob, you are a freaking amazing dude. I would love to just chat with you all afternoon, but unfortunately we have to wrap it up. How do people get in touch with you if they want to pick your brain and learn a little more about what you do?
Well, I have I'm driving most of all the marketing stuff through Smash Factory, so you can email me at robo@smashfactory.com, or I'm on Facebook, and I was doing a lot of I did a lot of branding work for 15 years, and I have a company called Branding Architect. I have really tried to back off that because I don't want to really be in the service business anymore. But if they have questions and ideas, I'm pretty readily available through my email and through Facebook Messenger. So
awesome, Robo. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate you sharing your wisdom with us today.
Hey, thank you, man. This is fun.
And your awesome words.
Well, we'll see. I may have misled a lot of people.
Thank you, brother.
You bet.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too.